Welcome to Bothering the Band.
That's where we're gonna start. Welcome to Bothering the Band. Snack time, snack time, snack time. Ladies and gentlemen, today on Bothering the Band, we have the awesome Philly Jawns, known as Snack Time. That's our intro. This episode is great. Their band is great. Just fucking listen to both. Bothering the Band, it's snack time. Thank you guys so much for doing this. As Sam said, my name is Ryan. This is Abby. This is Bothering the Band. I don't know if you know anything about it. One, we'd like to dive right in. Two, we like to ask a bunch of stupid questions. I think knowing your guys' vibe, which we love, I think you're gonna love it.
Cool, love it. Are you from Orlando?
Oh man, see, I told you right, right before this. We are from Orlando. And we have a couple basketball questions because we've done our research. This was up here, and I go, "Oh, I got to move this."
It's a sensitive subject these days, but we'll do our best.
Oh, why? Because you're all missing out on Markelle Fultz in the playoffs.
I'm missing out on a lot of things, but we'll get to it. I'm glad he's doing well.
Oh man. Well, let's dive right into it, but not try to spend the whole time talking basketball because we totally could. We had the NBA draft lottery last night. The Magic got 6 and 11. I do have this question in the list. In your opinion, what happened to the Sixers?
Oh gosh.
You want everyone to get their own on part of this one, or I have my own opinion.
Yeah, let's go around the horn. Boom, there you go.
I know Yesseh is the longest term Sixers fan in this thing because he's a Philadelphia born and bred guy. My opinion is that the Sixers have one quote unquote play, high screen, and give Joel Embiid the ball. And when that doesn't work, they have no shooters to do anything and they fall apart.
Good thought. We're going to go to Yesseh last since he's the longest tenured Sixers fan. Eric?
Yeah, man, I think I agree with that. I think it's also a cultural thing. It's like this is not the first year that there's just been a giant shit the bed moment when it counts the most. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why? That's not just something that happens randomly. You know what I mean? So I'm not a psychologist, though I might venture to psychoanalyze the players, the coaching staff. I'm like, how do we just we didn't just lose, we lost in an embarrassing way, 4 years in a row. You know what I mean? It's like, how is this? This doesn't happen to every team. You know what I mean? So
I think it's more than 4 since 2018, right?
Some of them were not as embarrassing. Like the Toronto thing was that could have gone either way. That to me was probably our best chance of actually winning, And there's a lot of randomness and luck involved. But I think the past couple of years, it's damn, what's happening with this team? Where are they mentally and emotionally to just not be prepared?
You sound like a sports psychologist, so you're doing good. You could have fooled me. Yes, come on, drop some knowledge, man.
Hey, man. We dropped the ball. Thursday was our best chance to close it out at home. Game 4. But yeah, man, just Doc needs some better coaching methods. And, it could have gone either way with his firing and his play calling. But yeah, man, he's not a clutch coach.
No, he's a lot of loss. He's lost a lot of game 7s.
I think they call him the worst game 7 coach in history.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you guys are missing something that I think, and he used to be on the Orlando Magic, and I think he's severely overrated, is Tobias Harris. He has a massive contract. Trade that dude. Get rid of that dude. Get in someone. Replace him in Harden. And I think you might rebound, to use a basketball expression.
I do think this is karmic for the Sixers going with Ben over Jimmy Buckets. I think that they would, if they would have I think they would have won by now. Jimmy Butler is a stud, and it was sad to see him go, and he is obviously still doing great. So I think this is karmic retribution for us not taking care of the guy who was taking care of us the whole time.
Man, and the Heat. I'm obviously we're big Orlando Magic fans. I was pulling for Philly because I grew up in Orlando, lived in New York. I can't root for the Heat. I can't root for the Lakers. I can't root for Boston. Don't even get me started there. So now it's Nuggets. So yeah. All right, let's move on from basketball, gal. Okay, how do you guys describe your music? And anyone can jump in here.
I think we could all take a turn on this one. I do know that how we've been recently coining it as this is dance music, and what that means to I think the band is that at some point during our set, whether you see us playing our original music or covers or just jamming on whatever, at some point you will find something that will make you dance, and if that's dancing physically or dancing just by making your brain feel happy. It doesn't have to actually be like a bop, but just life, more about the dancing through life rather than just the physical act of dancing. So we are dance music in the way of that.
To quote the sports psychologist, you are mental dance music. Anyone else have a new or a different spin? A different, like when you're out with other people, how you describe it?
Yeah, I always say that it's an out of body experience for everybody, not just for our sake as the ones that's providing the overall vibes, but it's for everybody, for the listener as well. So it's an experience. To sum it up in one word, an experience.
It definitely put a groove in my cleaning over the weekend when I immersed myself into snack time music.
Yeah.
You can't help but move mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. That was touched on too.
Mm.
All right. What's your ideal type of party? And we'll go around this one too. An example is like a low-key party, a dinner party, a block party, a roof party. What's your favorite type of party?
I'll jump in here. I feel like, I mean, it's all in the name already, but like, if you, to me, the ingredients for a good party is very simple, which is that if you cook some good ass food and you play some fucking good music, it's just like, you can't help but have that be a good time for everybody. So, and that's what we do. I mean, you know, a lot of our events, aside from the shows that we do, but a lot of the events that we do are very much food focused. For that reason, I mean, also because Sam has a lot of culinary experience and background, but I think more than that, it's like, you know, to go off the last question about what kind of music it is, it's like, it's music for I would say a block party, the street, you know, if you're cooking food in your kitchen. I think anytime that you need to just like, give a shot of some joy and some energy to a situation, I think that's where you want to call us.
All right.
Yeah, and I think that I think I could speak for all of us in saying also that like when we do our own thing, like when we're able to do our own shows, be it any of our curated events, we try to make it. Our initial tagline actually was "the party you wish you were at," and not really in the way of like exclusivity, like not like you can't be here, but like you want to be here, so you should join us. So all the things that I think the events that we throw are really the parties that we want to be at. Really delicious food, really great beverages, really great music, good people, no pretense, just really fun and generally just positive and good times, nice warm weather and some sunshine and yeah, all that.
Yesseh, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, definitely. They took the words out of my mouth, man. Just those are the ingredients: good times, good food, good music, good people.
And you say knows a party. That's one person who knows a party.
Abby, we got to go up to Philly and party with these cats. We would love that. And oh, well, you guys were just in Brooklyn. You played Eric Andre's party. Please, well, two things. One, how did that come about? And what kind of crazy shit did you see there that you can mention on air?
So I could take why it came about. We spoke to him in a meeting, and there was many different ways it could have happened. Our assumption is that back in the summer we did a festival with Hannibal Buress, his new project called Eshu Tune, which is his hip hop project, which is great. We were playing the same stage, and I quoted like something from the Eric Andre show, like "move to Philly, start a hummus company," whatever that quote, the long quote about. Yeah, and he was like, "That's a good idea," and he did the intro, and then we ended up playing horns for him. And I think just from being in that circuit, he found out about us, and we have a great booking team, and it just sort of was this perfect storm. And it was definitely a crazy thing that I'll let the guys talk more about, but it was an experience for sure.
The way that I was describing it to people who asked him how it went was like the way that you think it went was the way that it was, which was just chaos. You know what I mean? I mean, it was gently organized chaos, maybe, but there was a half pipe, and there was a ball pit, and there was wrestling, and there was a mariachi band, and there was a petting zoo, and there was hardcore bands happening in the other room, and I'm missing some stuff.
Did you see his dick?
From the back.
No, we saw his balls from the back.
You
Yep.
saw back balls. All right.
Yep. They were right there.
All right.
It's part of the gig. You know?
Yeah, totally. And fun fact, he's from Florida.
Yes, he is. He's from Boca.
Yeah, he's from like the town over.
Me and another member of the band, Ben Stocker, we're from South Florida.
That's where I'm at right now.
Whereabouts?
I'm in Parkland.
Cool. I'm from Plantation, Florida, and Ben's from Hollywood, Florida.
Oh, no shit. Okay, yeah, a little south, but I'm right sandwiched in between
Oh, yeah.
and Boca.
And actually today, we just got plugged from a bunch of people that apparently Howard Stern was talking about the Eric Andre show, and he was name dropping us, saying that we're a really dope band. So that was cool to hear today that Howard Stern knows who we are.
That's incredible. Yeah, he's a big listener to Bothering the Band.
No, he is. He mentioned that too, actually.
Yeah, he's like, they're gonna be on Bothering the Band. Okay, I'm sure you got asked a variation of this question. We're gonna go to Yesseh first. Sweet or salty snacks?
Sweet snacks.
Okay, follow-up question. Go to sweet snack.
Trail mix, specifically Planters, chocolate, and peanut butter trail mix.
Wow. Okay, very specific. Eric, you want to jump on this? Sweet, salty, and what's your fave?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the time of day, but I'd say that my most eaten snack is sliced apples with peanut butter. Man. I just love
Man.
that.
Okay.
These guys are gonna be really, really healthy over here.
I know.
Very, very good guys. Yeah, I like gummy worms.
Okay.
I like all sorts of gummies, sour gummies. I like them all. I got a sweet tooth. I love ice cream. I love water ice. I'm sorry, did I say that? I meant I like kale chips.
Well, okay. When's the last time you had the Coca-Cola bottle gummies?
Dude, they're so good. Those are so good. I get these Instagram videos. I don't know if you guys get them, but they're like, they take handfuls of candy and slam it into the bottom of a container, and it makes all this noise. So they have the one that was like Coca-Cola themed. So it's all sorts of different Coke gummies and Coke candies just thrown at the bottom of a they make a big mix. It's very exciting. You won't get it unless I show you, but it's really cool.
Now it'll pop up.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll do something. We had a recording 2 nights ago with a band called Cobra Man, cool band, and they went off. Given free reign, the lead singer went off about loving those Coca-Cola gummies and the bottle caps. He talked about a lot.
Yeah.
We always digress to food, but it's natural for you guys. I'm sure everyone's asking you what's your favorite snack, right?
We also just did a collaboration with a local ice cream company, and we designed it, and it was based off of a dirt cup. If you guys are familiar with that dessert, So that was really delicious. There was sweet, there was salty, there was gummies in there. So, and it was an ice cream sandwich. So that was delicious.
Oh, okay. Kale chips. I dig it.
Kale chips, low sodium kale chips.
Low sodium.
Ah!
Okay. Whoever wants to jump in here, what time of day do you feel the most creative?
Anytime.
Oh, that's good, man. Good. Don't ever lose that.
You say he's got the Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
I like to get all my things non-creatively done late. Like I like to go to the gym and meditate and do therapy early, clear my brain out so that I could just like then go back into my creative stuff. But also there's been times where like I've woken up in the middle of the night and written songs and like had to get ideas out. So it kind of comes and goes, but I just need to make sure that I have none of those pesky old mental illness stuff popping up. So I try to clear that out beforehand.
Oh, Eric.
Yeah, man. I feel like it can happen at any time, man. It's like to both of their points, you know, I feel like I think our job is, if we're involved in creative stuff, is to just get out of our own way, I guess, or get rid of the blocks so that it can literally, I feel like all three of us probably have had the experience of, you know, an idea comes at you in the morning, or it comes to you at 3 a.m. or at 8 p.m. It can really happen at any time. But I feel like the key is to have be clear and also be having an input. You got to fill yourself up so that you could be ready. Ready for what's.
Well said. I probably should have went a different direction and said, what time are you the most productive with your creativity? You know, because like it's coming at you at all angles. But if you're going to be like, all right, we're going to sit down and work on a track or work on something, what time is that?
Anytime.
Anytime.
Seriously. It's just, I'm sure we all have those moments of waking up in the middle of the night, just having an idea or waking up from a dream. Literally, the past couple ideas that I had for Snack Time are from dreams that I had, where I wrote the song in my dream, or I was playing something in my dream and I woke up. I went to the keyboard and I was just like, I gotta cultivate this. So, flush it out and make it come into fruition. So literally anytime.
That's great, man. Don't put any barriers on it.
I like to keep I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I keep my my quote unquote recording set up. Like I have like my microphones, my instruments all very close to my bed, so that if I'm ever just in a lounging mood, let's say late afternoon, if before a gig, I don't feel so it's not so hard to just get up and go to the computer and open up Logic. So I think a good mid-afternoon. We do a lot of writing sessions together actually, and I think the hours of 11 to 2 are pretty used up, and we have one coming up soon. So I would say 11 to 2.
Nice.
11:30 a.m. to 3:30 a.m.
Fair enough.
Because you got to sleep. You got to sleep.
Yeah. Okay, back to sports. I don't know how tall you guys are. Do you think you could spike a volleyball on a regulation size volleyball net?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How tall are you, Yesseh?
Last time I checked, I'm 5'10" and a half.
Okay.
Last time
Let me see those calf muscles, bro.
Yeah, I don't got hops like that, but
yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a video you say doing that, because I'm not gonna doubt my man, but I'm not sure if I buy that one, brother.
Oh man, if you get a video of him doing that anytime soon, between this a month out, we'll definitely post that as the teaser for the episode.
I could jump about 2 inches off the ground.
Okay, actually, this is a good segue. There's a video on Instagram of you guys hooping, and at first I go, man, who wears jean shorts? But then I noticed a guy in regular jeans. Who's wearing jeans?
That was me.
Ah!
That was a spur of the moment game, man.
I figured.
You know what I mean?
What was Mike wearing jean shorts?
Mike shorts.
I was wearing flip flops in that video too. So
I didn't notice the flip flops. It's just that's funny. I was like, it's either in like spur of the moment or This is like, Pennsylvania, deep Pennsylvania garbage here, All right, what do we got next? Have any of you ever worn leather pants?
Nope.
No. Abby, have you worn leather pants?
I mean, they were pleather,
Hmm.
but I was of a certain age in the late 90s, early 2000s, and that's a thing you wore.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I sweat a lot,
Yeah.
especially in my pants area. So I'm not sure if it would be a wise decision on my part, but if anyone in the radio land has a size of 42 to 44 leather pants and they want to let me try them, yeah, I'm in.
Lots of back ball sweat. Lots of Eric Andre back balls. Yesseh, were you saying you've rocked leather pants? You started saying something.
Yeah, pleather.
Leather. All right.
Yeah, but I'd love to have a pair of leather pants in my closet for sure.
Once you guys are close and you're gonna blow up, and we'll say, hey, we encouraged him to spike a volleyball. And then you're real close to getting real leather pants, like Eddie Murphy, Delirious leather pants. Yeah.
Could you spike a volleyball while wearing leather
Oh.
pants?
That's the video.
Yep. And listen, if we get to that moment where I'm in an all leather, 2-piece suit with the jacket and pants, and I'm near a volleyball net, I'll definitely you guys will be the first people I'll send the video.
Oh, man, I'm rooting for you, and I just feel like you're gonna split those things. Just don't hurt yourself. That's all that matters. Can't have any season enders.
We actually, Eric just went down with a season-ending injury, and I was out for 2 weeks from basketball. So,
Devils.
Ball is life.
Well, next time you're in South Florida, I do a Sunday pickup game if you want to run.
we may have some business down there in January, and my girlfriend lives in South Florida, so
Nice.
I will take you up on that.
And if you're playing, we won't miss you because Abby's now in Central Florida, so we'll make the trek.
I love it.
Leather pants. We touched on horn section. Any hiccup remedies for horn players?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, I'll tell you my dad's thing that he believes in, which to me is a 50-50 rate of success, which is you hold your breath, you push out your stomach, and you swallow, right? Because to me, it's like a weird chick with your diaphragm. I think your diaphragm almost is like spasming. So if you could interrupt that pattern by swallowing then maybe it'll work. But the better method that I found is just drink drink sips of water every like 10 seconds until the hiccups are gone. Because the swallowing, I think, helps interrupt the pattern of the hiccups.
Brilliant, actually.
I get hiccups a lot, so.
All right. Any other hiccup? Can you beat that? Anyone beat that one?
I remember I had a friend tell me that you have to like trick your brain into resetting your breath. I've also done the thing where you drink water upside down. That seems to work. I try not to get hiccups because I really hate them, like a lot.
They're the worst.
So I'm hoping that this conversation doesn't bring any on.
It's like psychosomatic. You're gonna get them. Don't get them. We'll move on. How do you guys feel about the show Always Sunny? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Well, I've only seen a couple episodes of my life. I appreciate some of the actors being from the area. Mac is a big Philly sports head. So definitely seen him at the games a couple times. Yeah, man, I like anything that's associated with Philly, man.
Oh, that's good. That's a good answer.
Very prideful in the city. So
Oh, good for you, man. That's great. I think that's a cool thing. I wish I lived somewhere. I miss living in New York because of a pride. You walk around, it's so like it's infectious. The reason we asked that, we had Fred Armisen on, and we asked him his like real thoughts about Portland, and similar, because I feel like once a show represents a place so much, the residents there seem to turn on it. So I was curious.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's like if you mix Cheers and Friends, but in a Philly way. That's always sunny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, man. Or like Cheers and Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, man.
I was introduced to It's Always Sunny when I came to I went to the University of the Arts, but I went to a pre-college program just to check it out beforehand. And one of the like room advisors, the RAs or whatever, showed me the show. And then like it was on. This is like when Netflix was just DVDs.
Yeah.
And I became like obsessed with it, and I just kept ordering every single DVD. And I think I ran through at that. I don't know how many seasons were at that point, but there was quite a few, and I ran through the entire thing very quickly. I think it's a show that doesn't. I mean, I can't think of the newer stuff, but there's never been one episode of that show that hasn't failed to make me laugh at least once, which I think is pretty good. It's a funny show.
Yeah. I'm right. It's very good. It's very good. I like it a lot.
Is it still on?
There's a new one coming out in like a month.
I gotta catch up.
Yeah. Okay. When's the last time you sighed the word motherfucker?
All the time.
Recently,
And why?
No, we're humans and we have emotions. We gotta let it out somehow.
Come on, Yesseh, we're looking for specifics. We're looking if you were cut off. We're looking for like if you saw a attractive person and it just defeated you. We're looking for, last time you ate something delicious. Motherfucker, that's good. Like that.
Man. See, maybe I'm the wrong person to ask because I gotta hide patience for a lot of things. But
All right. Hold on 1 second. Eric and Sam, does Yesseh have a temper? Does he get mad? Or is he like this? Is he pretty even like this?
I've never actually seen Yesseh get mad. I've seen him be frustrated, but never like angry. Never like above like a 5.5 on the heat index.
Okay, I didn't know if he was like this smooth because of the podcast, were very intimidating, that type of thing, or if this was his whole vibe.
I think you have two very smooth guys who never get frustrated, and you got me. Who
All right,
that's why I'm objecting. That's why I'm objecting from this question.
Okay, Eric, you got your most recent motherfucker.
it was probably on Sunday watching Game 7.
Yeah.
I was with my family, so it probably wasn't exactly that, but it was.
Yeah, it's real. It was real low key.
Dude, I grew up a New York Giants fan. Like that's the only sport I ever cared about. And then as I been in Philly, I stopped, and being busy on Sundays, I kind of stopped really following anything except for the Sixers, where I really like. And I haven't been frustrated by sports in a long time. Like I try my best to not be emotionally affected by it. But I was sitting around my girlfriend's family watching the game, and I was like, not even being loud. I was just so frustrated that I had to turn it off. And they were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I just don't want to talk about it. So the Sixers took me there. I was affected.
Man, Philly's a tough sports town. It's a tough town in general. Like people talk about New York and Boston, and anyone I've met from like born and raised in Philly could kick the shit out of anyone I've met from New York or Boston. We're talking like real Mick guys,
Yeah. The city for the faint of heart.
Philly's tough, man. The last time I got called the F word was in Philly. I was at a Magic game. I went to Magic Philly. Actually, this is like 10 years ago, and I was wearing a Magic shirt. I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore.
Yeah.
I was like,
but then that same person might kiss you on the lips right after that.
Yeah, true. Yeah. The Magic won, so he was angry. We were all wasted too. I did see the last the Eagles win the Super Bowl. I was with a guy I know from Philly, and it was the most magical thing to watch him like lose it and like cry, and him call his parents, and we were in like Minnesota together watching it, and that was cool, man. Yeah, like Yesseh said, that pride.
Yeah, man. Respect is not given, it's earned. And then Philly is definitely a city that's, that represents that for sure. And shit couldn't go and to the point of shit talking. Hey man, couldn't consider it a part of the love culture in Philly, man. Hey man, that's a part of my blood. But just know if I'm talking shit to you, then I obviously respect you. You know.
Yeah. That's how I grew up too. Abby's nodding her head. She agrees where it's like, it's, like fun shit talking is, I love that, like, Abby, look at the score. And you just go back and forth. It's when it escalates and people start really getting mad, taking it personal. That's like, I don't care that much. I'm not getting paid by these people.
Something very interesting about Philadelphia, and this is to me, I've been here about 11 years, but I've seen Philadelphia sports fans absolutely like just go berserk on their players, like the whole Ben Simmons thing. But I truly think that if Ben Simmons would have came back the next season after that injury, after the playoff loss, and he would have came back and tried, I think Philly would have been back on his side. The Eagles, when they lost the Super Bowl, everyone still took to the streets and cheered for their team and loved them. There was no anger; it was all love. Philly is like super critical and super harsh, but so insanely passionate and possessive and loving of the things that are Philadelphia.
Yeah. You love them when they're good. You love them when they're bad. That's what's unfortunate about Florida teams. I love the Magic so much, but a lot of people, I only like, same with Miami. I only like them if they're good. And you're like, that's not really what you're supposed to do.
Dude, South Florida's having a moment right now. FAU, UM,
Oh yeah.
the Heat, the Panthers.
The Panthers. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I should know more about that. Okay. Would you rather be a detective or a scientist? We got a giggle out of Eric.
I'll be a scientist. Science school. Go to school, kids.
Scientists can also detect a lot of things, a lot of different things that a regular detective can't figure out. So, yeah, man, I think my palette is more wide. Being a scientist.
Okay. Sam, did you go or you froze? There you go.
I would like to, yeah, I would like to not be any sort of a police adjacent thing. I'm a scientist.
Okay, fair enough. That's well said. I do, Abby. You know what I was going to say is I like when we ask these super dumb questions and in earnest and all seriousness, they go with it. That's my favorite part about doing this. That question is dumb, but you guys really went for it.
It's good. I feel like this band, we talk so much nonsense. We there's times where we see each other, I don't know, 10 times in a week. Like we'll have 10 to 12 gigs sometimes, and we talk about everything. And I just feel like the conversations we get into like are not too much far removed from would you rather be a scientist or a detective? So you're talking to the right people.
Absolutely.
Open book. You called the right one.
Yeah, we chop it up.
All right, I love it. Okay, you guys talked about food in the kitchen. Are you following a recipe to the T, or are you just going nuts and seeing where it goes? Science, detective. What are we talking?
Both. It's a very involved thing. Like, if anyone knows, my favorite food of all time is mac and cheese. I'll put this on record too. My mother's, not everyone's mother's mac and cheese is the bomb. My mother's mac and cheese. Everyone that I've known, I've given it to homies, and they said that my mom's mac and cheese is definitely A1. So
I'm waiting.
Like with a recipe like that, you gotta be, on the money, with the ingredients and with the recipe. But if I'm cooking, from that to like something quick like pasta or something that'll get me fueling, it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, I guess it really depends on what you're cooking.
Yeah, you're right. I made pulled pork today in a slow cooker. And every single thing I had in the fridge that was like half full. I was like, here, pickled garlic. Let's throw that in there. Salsa. I don't give a shit. Everything.
When I'm cooking to impress, I like to learn new impressive recipes. When I'm cooking for people I love, I'm a freestyle guy. I have a lot of different things in my brain that I can pull from, and I like to freestyle it when I'm cooking for people that I feel comfortable around.
That's really well said. I dig that. But wouldn't you want to go with like something to impress someone instead of like trying a new recipe?
No, that's not how my brain works. In my brain, I'm like, oh well, this thing I already know how to do this. This isn't impressive to myself, so why would I do this for someone? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, I have
that's
to really
fascinating.
flex it, and I like do a lot of research and I really try to make it super nice. But ultimately, the more I have more fun cooking when I'm like lighting up the grill and seasoning things as I go and curing things as I go, and it's just more fun to kind of It's like I liken it to like when I'm playing, when we're playing music with these guys, not to use like a tired reference, but it's like we're kind of all going off each other, and it's more fun to be like, these are the people I know, so I can just be like, oh, Eric's coming over, boom, 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 I can cook this for him, and it's just more fun to kind of
That's fascinating. That it truly is. Eric, where you at?
Yeah, I'm a freestyle guy all the way. I think if we're baking though, you gotta follow the recipe.
Oh, dude,
That's chemistry.
I was waiting for Abby to say that. Actually, I was waiting, but you beat her to it.
I've ruined so many pastries by trying to be like, I don't gotta measure it this way, and I've ruined so many things. And that is the most disappointing thing in the world when you're like so excited for some cookies or some brownies or a cake, and it comes out wrong, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the very reason why I'm just like Nestle Toll House. You break the ones that are already cut in the squares too.
Right.
Why even bake them? Just eat them. Just eat them.
I like them warm.
Yeah, right.
They're
Put them in the
better.
microwave.
Yeah.
They're just a glob.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Serious question here. Do you take a shit every day at the same time?
Oh, come on. Yeah, come on.
For sure.
My first one is almost always right at like 7:30. Get out of bed. Make some noise.
I'm a routine shitter myself.
Yeah.
Routine shitter. I feel like I take the most shits daily out of anyone in the band.
Oh,
Gotta get funky,
Yes.
man.
Come on, man. What we talking about? What we talking about?
Oh man. Yeah, it depends on what I'm eating. Every now and again, you eat like Taco Bell and there you get like a additional one.
Oh yeah. Bonus.
Yeah, bonus bowel.
we had a Taco Bell feast last time when we were in Boston because we were given some dope gift cards from some people, and we had a lot of Taco Bell, and we had one bathroom in the Airbnb for some reason. It was like a 6-bedroom, 1 bathroom. I have no idea, but like it was bad. It was bad. Was that Boston or where was that?
Denver.
I don't know. It was bad news bears. It was not fun, and people were getting mad. Yeah, well,
Who
there
was
was
the last one to use it? That's who got the shaft.
Austin or Larry, because Yesseh did his business, then he took a shower, and then we had to go. And I think either our guitar player Larry or our drummer Austin was the last to
That
use
was
it.
Denver. That was Denver.
Okay.
I think it's funny trying to figure out where this shit
Yeah.
aired.
It's always a pretty similar story, to be honest.
Where was it? No, it was here. I'm telling you. Okay. Would you rather a world without napkins or a world without forks?
Napkins.
Oh,
But
forks.
do you mean napkins meaning anything to wipe yourself with, or just the napkin? Like,
Eric, I'm not going to hold your hand on this. You didn't need me to hold your hand with the detective scientist question.
all right. I'll go with a world without forks. I think we can manage that a little better.
Okay, you'd rather have the napkins. Okay.
I mostly don't eat with a fork. I feel like I'm like a hand eater, even in like nice restaurants. Like I'll be at like a fancy restaurant dressed up, and I'll be eating with my hands. But if I get anything on my face or my clothes, it is not good. I don't like it. I don't like having stuff all over my face. It makes me very uncomfortable. I need my napkins or
I
something
can't
to
see
wipe my
because it's
face.
dark, but I can't tell how big your beard is.
It's here.
Okay. All right.
This
Pretty groomed.
Yeah.
Long, but groomed. Okay.
Yeah, I can't get no stains on my. I can live without forks.
Well, in the same thing, following up with Eric's question was, oh, can we use anything? Well, you could also probably use like spoons on the other side too, or like a knife, you stab like meat,
Yeah.
stab that taco.
I was going to say, what about sporks? It's not a fork.
How come sporks went out of fat? Like you get out of high school and there's no more sporks, and no one ever prepared me for this. Like
I use
I
a
would love-
spork.
you got a sport?
I have several.
You got a
I
metal
didn't
one?
even know you could buy one.
I have, and then on the handle part, there's like, well, okay, so originally I bought them for camping, but now they live in my kitchen. And on the top of the handle, there's like a little, it's almost like a knife.
Oh, it's serrated.
That's
Oh, that's like the camping ones. Oh, yeah, those are cool. Yeah.
What have you cut yourself? Is it sharp?
It's
Like the knife
plastic.
part? you
It's
know?
plastic.
Oh, I thought it was metal. I thought it was like reusable.
I like chopsticks.
Chopsticks, yeah.
I'm so bad at chopstick.
I like chopsticks. If cutting wasn't a thing, I really do enjoy chopsticks.
But what if you get like a giant, one of those big fancy hipster sushi rolls?
Oh, it's got to be in pieces. You can't have it. If it's a whole John, I mean, you got to be in pieces.
Man, I was waiting for someone to say John. Fuck.
I was
I'm
about to say,
so happy.
down in Florida, do y'all know what a John is? I mean, y'all got Wawa. So Wawa.
We got Wawa now. And again, we're people of the world. We know Philly people. But
I have from very respected sushi makers. Sushi is pretty respectable just to eat with your hand. Like it's cool just to eat it like that's not a weird thing.
yeah, I would go
Makes
hands.
sense. I mean, it's kind of, like burrito rolled.
Yeah.
Sushi
it's like-
Johns.
Shout out Royal Sushi, Royal Zakai, just to eat up.
All right. So we went like 45 minutes with only one John.
How about that?
I love it. I love it. It's cool. It's cool to have regional, local slang. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Man.
Okay.
It integrated itself. I'd never said it before I moved here, and then I tried not to because I felt like a faker, and then ultimately I started to say it.
It comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they say we learn how we talk from our friends, like not from our parents, like when you're in school, that's how you are conditioned to speak and slang and all that shit. So it makes sense. You're hanging out with your buddy, your best buds are in the band, you're with them a lot,
Yeah, man.
it's not a bad thing.
Not a bad man.
Abby's favorite question. Do you follow us on Instagram? This is also, please follow Bothering the Band on Instagram. Also follow, we were very impressed. Snack Time is just one word. You snagged Snack Time on Instagram.
We do not follow you guys yet, but we will. So how we were able to get snack. So we used to be snack. The band used to be. You like that video? So the way we got, the band was initially called Snack Time Philly, and then we wanted to say like, okay, we want to be a band of not just Philadelphia. So I found the account Snack Time. And this woman, her name was like Allegra. She was like an older woman, like probably 50 plus. And I offered her like $150. I was like, well, for the account, she's like, make it 160. I'm like, cool. So
That's incredible.
but what I didn't know was that so she frees up the account and then you can't have it for 2 weeks. So because there's like a stat, like I guess I don't know, some sort of thing where you have to wait 2 weeks so they can take it back if they want it. But so I spent the money and I was so worried because it's not like an uncommon thing to want your Instagram to be. So for every day for 2 weeks, compulsively, I checked if we can have it. We couldn't. And when I finally got it, I felt so relieved. But that's how we were able to get Snack Time.
Yeah, good job though. And also $160, not bad at all. I like that she just went up $10.
Yeah, I was like, sure, that's fine.
I feel like she had something in her head she wanted to buy and it was like $159. And she was like, shit, this is fell in my lap. Also, why couldn't she just send you like, here's the login, change it?
We had all of our followers. Like we wanted to change Snack Time Philly to Snack.
Yeah. Duh. Okay.
Yeah. We're trying to get the TikTok and the website. Slowly but surely we will get all of the Snack Time onlys.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine who's starting a tennis company and he's trying to do that same thing. Shout out to the Fifth Set. He's a big listener. Actually, that's true. My buddy Yoni. So it's fresh. So I understand the trial of trying to get that. And it's dope too. No underscores, no fucking numbers. You're not snack time 69.
Snack Time 69 is my private account.
That's my prison name.
Yeah, that's where you can find all the saucy pictures of Yesseh.
No sauce, y'all.
That's where he's flipping out. Okay. What song of yours do you want us to end this episode with?
Ooh, man.
Good question.
Yesseh, I'm gonna defer to you, brother. You got the selection.
Hey man, he's talking about food and shit. You know, you got to get funky.
All right. Love it. I love it. Okay. It's a great question. We'll go around and let each of you individually answer. But if you could interview any musician, live or dead, who would you interview? And what stupid question in the vein of bothering the band would you ask them? It's tough, right?
Yeah. You got to sit on that one.
It's tough. And remember, your instinct, sorry, Sam, to cut you off. Your instinct is to go like who you admire and you want, but like, remember, you're going to have to ask them like about shitting or something like that.
I was reading a book about Prince in the late 80s, like when he was doing Purple Rain. And he was also coming off of the 1999 tour and doing all sorts of his other side projects. But I would love to know his concept and what he thought about everything with basketball. I think the way his brain worked with music, I would love to hear what he thought, like just about everything, about coaching styles, about play styles, about everything. I would love to hear what he'd have to say about basketball.
Man, fuck yes. Two things. One, second time recently that someone has answered that question with Prince. And also we had Tom Arnold on this podcast early on. And he told us this story about doing comedy in Minnesota, and he got invited to play basketball at Prince at Paisley Park. And he was like, "It's surprisingly, he's very good at basketball."
Adam Sandler and Little Dicky both apparently are very good at basketball too.
Yeah, Little Dicky in last season when they did the basketball scene, you know when you watch a movie and they're playing basketball, if you know basketball, you're like, they don't play basketball. Like Michael J. Fox and Teen Wolf, he does not play basketball. But Little Dicky, what's his toes? He was you could tell that they played basketball. All right, Sam's going Prince next.
I'll let Eric go.
Okay, he wants some time. Scientist.
Great question. Probably interview Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington, maybe?
Oh, nice.
He's like
Okay.
a fucking cool ass dude, man.
And what would you ask Duke Ellington? Something about Dookie. You have to ask.
Yeah, right.
What do you think of the album by Green Day called Dookie?
Yeah, maybe that would be the question.
I think you'd like it.
Put it on. Do you like this?
So dumb. All right. Last but not least.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with who the one person that comes off the top, Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
I want to ask Jimmy first of all, what compelled him to make one of the longest versions of the Star Spangled Banner, but how like it was just so killing, like how like even though it was long, it was still captivating. So I'm just like, man, like what was you doing? Like what drugs were you on? Like what did you do like before you played that rendition? And yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy how that still stands the test of time today.
Well said, man. I would love if he was like, "Oh, I was just nothing, man. I was stone sober." And
I feel like it's always like that. It's either they're ripped out of their mind or completely sober. It's never like, oh yeah, I ripped a joint twice. It was like I did, 13 Quaaludes or I was absolutely stone cold sober.
13 Quaaludes.
Mm-mm.
Oh goodness, this has been so much fun. Okay, what does the future hold for Snack Time? What's next on the horizon?
We are in the studio finishing up a new album with amazing legendary producer Will Yip. If you guys aren't familiar with his body of work, it's fantastic. We'll be doing that. We have some great festivals. We'll be in Las Vegas at Life is Beautiful. We'll be at New Jersey twice. We'll be doing Beard Fest, and we'll be doing what's the other one called?
See Here Now.
See Here Now. Lots of amazing bands like the Killers will be there, the Foo Fighters, lots of really big stuff. We're gonna be in Connecticut at Sound on Sound. So we have a lot of dope festivals coming up. We're gonna be trying to just move our music and our brand further out into the country and try to spread the good word.
Very cool, man. Anything else to add, y'all?
Future is bright.
The future sounds bright for you guys, for real. And I can't wait to brag at parties when you guys are blowing up the radio. I'm like, we talked about shit. You know what we didn't talk about, and I have to, because we're a music podcast, we're not a shit podcast. What Philly artist is your favorite? There's so many.
Alive or Dead, or either.
Any Philly based or originated artist.
I mean, Philly claims Coltrane, so Coltrane.
Oh yeah.
So, Train spent a lot of his time in Philly. So Philly can claim John Coltrane. So that's undeniably the GOAT for me.
You could take this as if you want it. Yesseh, Philly claims Coltrane would be a dope name for a song. Just saying.
If anyone thinks otherwise, there you go. Philly does claim Coltrane.
Who's next? We'll end on this fun music question.
That's you, Eric.
And this is a point where I'd love to shout out like 35 of our friends who are fucking super killing right now.
Name 5. I have to go nuts, man.
Okay. Just 5? Fuck.
Dude, just start.
Okay. Great Time. You gotta check out Great Time. They're fucking.
Yeah.
You gotta check out AJ. AJAY. AJ's awesome. You gotta check out Black Butterfly. Black Butterfly is super killing. You gotta check out Brushstroke. You gotta check out Flanafi. FLANAFI.
Simon Martinez. Yep.
You gotta check out Tuck Ryan. You gotta check out CJ Mills. You gotta check out, who the fuck am I missing? There's so many people.
Abby, I ran out of. Stop. Keep going. Go. Keep going.
Max Swan.
Max Swan. Check out Max Swan. Check out
Boys the Men.
Boys. Check
That's where
out
my head went.
the Roots, bro.
The Roots. You're forgetting G Love and Special Sauce.
Right,
Yep,
right.
Yep. I also Japanese Breakfast is super sick.
That's right. Yeah, she's fantastic. We've tried to get her on the pod like 18 times, and we surprisingly they still take the time to be like, we're gonna pass. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. There's so many amazing Philly artists, and I feel like we're so lucky to be in the same city, playing and collaborating and bouncing ideas off of each other, and it's happening all the time. I mean, it's not like a scene quite as loud as a New York or whatever, but there's so much amazing stuff happening here that it's just like any single day you could turn your head and you see 4 different great bands. So definitely an amazing stew, to bring back the food analogy, of amazing artists in Philadelphia.
Well said. Bon appetit, y'all. Thank you so much for doing Bothering the Band. This has been so much fun. Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing right now and go listen to Snack Time and try not to dance mentally, physically, emotionally, in your heart.
shit across the nation. So if the funk is free, you gotta get down. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying, but I'ma tell you this fact today. We're gonna funk your pain away. By the way, I wrote this song when I was taking the shit. So play the horn line real quick.